Hello and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Most of you guys already know me from Twitch, but I will be starting to put out videos on this channel once a week, mostly about streaming related things, but as the channel grows, we'll be talking about more topics such as video games, reviews, and the like. So today's video is going to be about how to start streaming and how to start your channel, a little bit about my streaming setup as well. A lot of you guys have asked me to do a video about this because you're getting started on your very own channels and you want a little bit of advice on where to start, because it can be a little bit stressful at first, and I've been building my channel for almost a year, so I thought if I could, I'd give you guys as much advice as possible. Now, when I first started streaming, I streamed right from the console. For those of you who are just getting started, this is definitely the best and cheapest way to get started. If you have an Xbox One or a PS4, you can stream directly from there without having to purchase any other accessories. Now, of course, if you want to have a face cam, you will have to purchase a Kinect or a PlayStation 4 camera, but for a lot of people when they start streaming, they don't have a face cam, they just have audio, and that's perfectly fine. It's whatever you're comfortable with. So for me, for the first, maybe I would say 4 to 5 months of streaming, I streamed directly from the console. I would set up my little camera on a bunch of shoe boxes, super professional, and I would just stream directly from there. And it was easy for me. It didn't require a lot of money, and it's important when you first get started streaming if you're even going to feel comfortable doing so. So why invest all this money into equipment that you might not use in the long run? After about, I would say, 5 months, I decided that streaming was something that I wanted to definitely do, but I would be more comfortable doing it from a capture card with a PC, with lights and mics and all that good stuff. I also really wanted Twitch overlays, which is something that you cannot have from the consoles. That is something that Twitch is supposedly working on, but not something that you can have right at this very moment. Now, if that is something that you're interested in, if you do want the Twitch alerts and the overlays, you will have to switch to a capture card, and doing so can be a little bit teetering because there is a lot of capture cards to choose from, so I would do your research and also make sure you're staying within your budget. For me, I am currently streaming from the Elgato HD60 capture card. A lot of streamers do not particularly like this capture card because they say there is a delay. I've personally never had an issue, but that is just me. If you're going to invest in a PC setup for your stream, then the most important things to have is a good mic, a good capture card, and of course, a good PC. Now, a lot of people ask me what's the best PC to stream from, and I would say without a doubt that the best bang for your buck is going to be building your own. Now, if this is something that you're uncomfortable with, a lot of us have tech-savvy friends these days, and I'm sure one of them would be able to help you. YouTube is a vast source for things like this. You could literally look up lists of each and every part that you need, and I would suggest getting them off Amazon or Newegg or something like that, so this way you don't get kind of screwed over with your prices. But I will put my personal PC parts in the description below with links on where you can buy them. I bought all of mine off Amazon. It was just easier for me to get them all in one place, but please be aware that when I was building mine, I had first built a Hackintosh. The reason being is that I was really used to using Apple computers for quite some time, and I thought that maybe it would be a little bit of an easier transition for me, but I quickly learned that, in my opinion, that a lot of the streaming software like OBS, XSplit, and some of the other add-ons did work a lot better on a Windows computer than they did on a Mac. Now, this may or may not be true. It was just my personal opinion and my experience with setting up my stream. You might find something totally different. You might feel more comfortable streaming from a Mac, and that's totally fine. I would look into what processor tech specs you need, what RAM tech specs you need in order to get started with certain programs, because that will obviously affect your stream and how it flows and whether it's choppy or not when it comes through on Twitch. Now you know how you're going to stream, but the next important question is, what are you going to stream? A lot of streamers, and I did this myself, will maybe move around directories, stream a bunch of different games at the very beginning. What I would suggest, and this is something I didn't learn until a few months into streaming, is try to stick with one game as much as you can, because you will become familiar in that directory, you will start making friends in that directory, and it's a great way to build your channel from the start. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean go with the most successful game on Twitch. This means go with what you feel most comfortable with, because your audience is going to be able to tell whether or not you really like this game or if you're playing this game just for views. So if you're into RPGs, try an RPG. If you're into MMOs, try an MMO. If you're into FPSs, etc. So just because a game is successful on Twitch does not mean it's going to make your channel successful, so make sure you find a game that is the most comfortable. Now, the next most important step is finding a schedule that works for you. For me, when I first started streaming, I streamed only 1 hour a week, and I streamed at the same time, the same hour, every week. And if I couldn't, I made sure I let people know. And the reason why is because people start getting used to your time slot and they kind of start working that into their own personal schedule. So for example, if you stream every Tuesday at 10, they're like, hey, I know I could stop by this person's channel every Tuesday at 10 and they'll be there. And this is very important when first growing your channel. Obviously your schedule can change, you don't have to keep the same schedule, but I would start working with as much consistency as you can in the beginning. This way people get to know you and you get to feel acclimated to some sort of consistency within your stream. In order to successfully network yourself on Twitch, there's certain things that I would definitely recommend and certain things that I would definitely avoid. One of the top things I would recommend is going into the top streamers in your directory's chat and just being really interactive, really friendly with them. People will start to recognize your name after a while, maybe even subscribe to them if you have the funds to do so. If you want to be a little bit more aggressive with it, maybe ask them questions that relate to your stream but also pertain to their stream, such as like, hey, I have this camera, but your camera looks really great and really crisp. What camera do you use when you stream? This way, you're not too into the self-promoting territory, but you're still kind of letting them know that you do stream and you're interested in interacting with them. Now, lastly, one thing I want to talk about is how you should conduct yourself in your channel. Now, the most important thing to me is being very interactive with my chat, because after all, the chat is what builds your channel. The people who come see you every day and come watch you play whatever video game you may be playing, those are the people that are responsible for how your channel grows. So you have to be as friendly and interactive with them as possible, because in the end, if you don't even speak to them, they're pretty much just watching you play a video game in silence, and that's not very fun for anybody. Something that I get complimented on a lot is that I am very interactive with my chat, and in the end, they are the ones I have to be most appreciative for building my channel, because I wouldn't really be anywhere without them. So, you know, ask questions, get to know them. Soon enough, they might be playing alongside with you, and you might build some everlasting friendships that you didn't even think you could do just based off the internet. Now, that's another thing I should mention. The internet is obviously not the most friendly place. People are going to come into your chat and be rude and be nasty just for the sake of doing that. Doesn't matter whether if you're a male or a female, it's going to happen to you. Just kind of conduct yourself how you normally would. Don't give them too much attention. It's exactly what they're coming in for. If you want to make an example out of one or two of them, that's not the end of the world. But in general, just have your mods time them out or ban them accordingly. In the end, they're never going to say the things that they say in your chat to your face, so don't worry too much about it and don't let it get to you. At the end of the day, you're doing what you want to be doing, you're living out your dream, and they might not be, and they might be unhappy with that, and that's why they're attacking you. So just be the bigger person, you know, don't feed too much into it. Like I said, that's exactly what they want. They want you to get upset, they want you to get angry, that's why they're doing it. And don't let it affect yourself too much. Like, have a little bit of a tough skin if you're going to be a streamer, because people are going to be rude, they're going to be nasty, they're going to say horrible things, but at the end of the day, they're literally just sitting behind a keyboard. They're never going to say that to your face, you're never going to see these people in real life, and you're the one who's in the best position here. You're the one playing video games, you're the one interacting with all these awesome people, and that's what you really have to remember in that scenario. So if you're thinking of making any other accounts along with your Twitch channel, I would highly recommend it. I personally have a Twitter and an Instagram somewhat related to my channel, but it's just a place where people can interact with me off stream, follow what I'm doing, follow the changes to my channel or schedule or any other endeavors I might be doing. And this is very important because people, as they get to know you on your channel and you become friends, they do want to be able to interact with you in other places as well. And it's harmless to make a Twitter or an Instagram, and it actually will benefit you in the end because you'll be able to network with a lot of people outside of Twitch who might be interested in your channel. So what I'll do for you guys before I go is just include some images of my stream setup. This way you have more of a visual of what my setup actually looks like. And like I said, I will put some links down below with where you can buy everything that I use down to the mouse and keyboard. I will also include links to my Twitter and my Twitch in case you come here from YouTube only and have never seen my Twitch. Come hang out, we have a lot of fun. If I've answered all of your questions, that's awesome. If I haven't answered any questions that you might have, feel free to link them down below, comment them down below, comment them to my Twitter, or come by my Twitch and ask them in the chat. That's totally fine too. Whatever you guys want to do. I will try to do these videos once a week. They might not always be like a face cam video. They could be me talking over gameplay. Maybe we'll do some fun things like loot crate unboxings. Or if there's something that you want to see, comment it down below as well. I am open to suggestions. Thanks so much for hanging out and being a part of my first YouTube video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!